Let's get another look at the topic with Tim Krieger, economics professor at the University of Freiburg and an expert on the impact of terrorism and conflict. Mr. Krieger, thank you very much for coming in today. Just looking at that report there, would you say a lot of money is being wasted or that a lot of money is being invested in a clever way?
Well, some of the money needs to be spent on security measures, immediate security measures, in order to improve the feeling of security among the population. But we have the tendency that politicians spend too much money on security, and they forget to spend also money on long-term strategies against terrorism.
So a knee-jerk effect, because, I mean, after any attack, there is an immediate effect on an economy or on businesses, but tourists are very forgiving, aren't they?
They are. They will return after half a year or a year, and the stock markets will return to their old levels quite quickly, actually. But on the other hand, the general economy might be hurt if we have more than one terror attack, if this continues in a campaign, and then we're running into problems.
But all in all, it's not really the tourists governments are all that worried about. I mean, for some economies, it's key, but other economies, it's a case of the politicians trying to get the people on board and make them feel safe, as you mentioned. Yeah. What should they be doing then?
Well, they should keep a balance. On the one hand, useful security measures, that's one part. You need to have police and intelligence, of course. But on the other hand, you need to keep in mind that there are long-term strategies. For instance, if we talk about Islamist terrorism, we need to integrate people better into society. And this is something that we often forget in the moment of the terror attack. Then everything is about security, and there's not much discussion anymore about those long-term strategies.
How's Germany doing with the integration of the million migrants that it's experienced over the past year?
Well, this is actually a difficult question. Right now, it seems that people are coming to Germany because they think it might be easier to get integrated into the German labor market, for instance.
And that it's a safe place.
And it's a safe place, yes, compared to other places in Europe. And so this makes it attractive to come to Germany. And we need to do a lot. We need to set up attractive opportunities for people really to enter the labor market, because that's the most important part.
Is it fair to be talking here today about both these topics, terrorism and migration?
Actually, it's not that fair, because if we look at the numbers, there are very few people that are actually identified to be terrorists, in a sense, among the refugees. It's more what we currently see, that these are people that are living in Germany or France already for a couple of years, or who are even citizens of the country because they are born here or in France or in Belgium.
And we've talked about governments investing. What about foreign investors? When does it get to the stage where a foreign investor says this country is no longer safe to invest in?
Well, this can be rather quickly, because if we have a number of terrorist attacks in a short time frame, then we might see that investors are that are already in the country that start to hesitate whether they should invest more. And certainly other investors who were planning to go there might be a little bit more cautious and simply wait for 1 year or two or even more. And then in the worst case, they will never come.
OK, Mr. Krieger, thank you very much for coming in today. Very interesting talk.